of these guys, and these are, what are they called? They're called habaneros, but no, they're actually just, can we start again? Cheoff Geoff here. Welcome to my kitchen. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to hit the old subscribe button. All right, today's recipe will be posted on chefgeoff.ca. If you're looking for the recipe card, the ingredients, the measurements, check out my website, you'll get all that jazz. Okay, so if you want to think like a chef, you know guys, sometimes you just got to bring the heat, especially on those cool fall days. So with that in mind, we're gonna make Jamaican jerk paste, and I'm going to show you a couple of really quick and easy plant-based applications. So let's get started. Okay, so one of the key active ingredients in a really great authentic jerk paste is pimento, which is a dried fruit. I searched high and low for it, guys, and I just couldn't find it, so I'm using allspice instead. Allspice will kind of replicate the nuttiness and the kind of clove smell you're going to get from it. So what I have here is a spice blend, which is mostly that's not right at all, allspice. This is 2.5 tablespoons allspice, a tablespoon of nutmeg, and a tablespoon of cinnamon. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually toast it, and what that's going to do by toasting it on kind of medium to low heat, it's going to really activate the heat and the flavor of the, oh yeah, you can already smell it getting really nice and hot. It's going to activate the aromas and really kick up this jerk paste to kind of the next level. And I've already heated up the pan. Once you got your pan nice and hot, you can just, once the heat hits these spices, you can really smell the cloves and nutmeg and the cinnamon from the allspice. This is really going to kick things up nicely. And all I've done here is I'm just kind of working it through, and we're starting to see smoke come from it. It's ready to go. That's like a 10-second job, and it'll really kick up your paste to the next level. Okay guys, we got our spice blend just chilling right here. So the second component to a great, proper, authentic jerk paste is Scotch bonnets. So I've got 4 of them here, and I really recommend you use gloves, guys, because they're super spicy, and the juices and so forth can get in your fingertips, and then they get all over you, and they can get in your eye, and it's just a very, very uncomfortable, unfun thing to go through. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you very quickly the easiest way to cut and clean one of them. So I'm going to cut it right in half, and I'm going to de-seed these. These are nice and spicy, and they're really juicy and so forth, but I'm just going to get rid of the seeds. So I'm just going to cut that right out there. And all I'm going to do with these is just rough chop them, and everything is just going to go in the blender. So just get rid of those seeds. And again, using gloves, very, very important. Okay, great. So the other key things that you want to put in, I've got a little bit of parsley here, but if you have thyme is the more traditional herb you want to put in, but I do want kind of an herbaceous kind of flavor to this. And really the process for making this is everything's getting rough chopped and we're putting it into the blender. If you have a Vitamix, that's fine, but the food processor will work just do the same process here. In you go. I've got about a bunch of scallions or green onions. Same deal. Just kind of rough chop them. Okay, so we got about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic right here, and they're just going straight in. I've also got some fresh rosemary that I picked from the garden, so I'm going to put that in as well. Again, thyme is the more traditional herb, but sometimes you just got to use what you have on hand, obviously, right guys? Got a knob of ginger. We're just going to rough chop this, same idea. Just throw it right in the old food processor. Okay, so this is 1 Spanish onion. We're just going to use half of it. We'll use the other half a little bit later. And if you remember from my knife skills video, the easiest way to chop one of these onions to get kind of that, not super fine, but just a nice fine cut on it. This just has to be rough chopped, so we're going to cut the edge, cut along the side there. My oven's ready, which is great. Just like so. And again, this doesn't have to be terribly precise because the food processor is going to do the rest of the work. Okay, so we're going to juice a bit of a lime here. What kind of face am I making right now? Okay. I know you're ready. We're gonna add a quarter cup of apple cider vinegar. And this is dark soy, and you're gonna get that really nice dark color from it. If you have regular soy, no problem. We're gonna add a quarter cup of this. In you go. Great. Then about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Perfect. And 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Just don't forget the spice blend. And we're going to pulse this until we get a really nice, fine, even paste. Okay, so we've been blending it for about a minute or so to get it really super fine. And in order to have this the right kind of consistency, this is kind of what you're looking for here. It's almost like a pesto. And this is going to be such a versatile marinade sauce, etc. I'm going to show you a couple different applications in a plant-based kind of menu style. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so we got our jerk paste ready to go, and you know, instinctively when you've made this kind of sauce, this Jamaican jerk sauce, you think, okay, jerk chicken, and you're not wrong. And it's an amazing, versatile marinade for chicken, pork, beef, whatever you'd like to do. But we're going to go plant-based for this application. I got one of these giant sweet potatoes left over from my sweet potato chipotle soup. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna literally cut this thing up, marinate it with the jerk paste, and we're gonna roast it off, and it'll make a really nice side dish for you know, some of your fall dishes over the course of the week. All right, and what we're doing here is just cutting it into, you know, rough chop, kind of rustic looking pieces. I'm not even going to peel it. I like kind of the skin on. And really, all you got to do is just angle it, little rustic pieces like so. I'm going to angle it along my knife like that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, into the bowl you go. So I had a leftover onion, so I'm just going to throw that in with our marinade, or with our sweet potatoes. And this, we're just going to rough chop it. That's all we're doing. Throw that in there. We got our jerk paste here. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of it. Unos, dos, tres. Mix it up. And my oven was beeping at me, and that means it's ready to go. I've preheated it to 375. We're gonna roast it for 30 minutes, but in between, for that 15-minute interval, we're gonna give it a kind of a bit of a little, mix it up to make sure it's not sticking and so forth. But your total cook time is 15 minutes times 2, which is 30 minutes. I'm gonna throw this baby in. We're gonna go with just a touch more of our jerk paste. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Whoa. See ya. Okay, we're about 45 minutes into the future. I lied, it took a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but that's okay. So our jerk sweet potatoes are out. We're gonna season them with a little salt and pepper. And while these are cooling, and we're gonna build our plate in just a moment here, I'm gonna show you one really quick and easy application for this jerk paste as well. And this is just some store-bought barbecue sauce. Good and tasty, but if you want to add that little extra zip and add a little bit of heat, all you gotta do is add some of this jerk paste to it. We're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons to it. Mix it up, and this will be just a really great glaze for, you know, chicken and so forth. You got stuff on the grill, great with pork, etc. There you have it, really, really easy jerk barbecue sauce. So what we're gonna do a little smear here on our plate, just like so. And this jerk sweet potato would just be so nice with your Thanksgiving bird. Of course, Canadian Thanksgiving has just passed, but you know, American Thanksgiving, for all my Yankee friends out there, this is, you know, just step up your squash game and add a little bit of heat to your side dishes. So we're just gonna throw a little bit of our sweet potato right on the plate. Oh, making a mess. And this is just a really nice blend of like salt and pepper, or sorry, of sweet and spicy. And I think you guys are gonna love it. So okay, hope you've enjoyed today's today's video on jerk paste and how we can find different applications for it and so forth. So from my kitchen to yours, friends, bon appetit.